It is my privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker, Ms. Bharati Devi ma'am. She is an industrial psychologist, assertiveness trainer, motivational speaker, author, and social activist dedicated to enhancing well-being. She is the founder of Felicity Mindcare and is currently pursuing her PhD in psychology at East Bridge University, Paris. With a master's degree and diploma in clinical psychology, she has over 6 years of experience and has supported more than 30,000 employees at Feng Te Enterprises. She also serves as a student counselor under CWC, promoting mental health and academic growth. She is actively involved in rural outreach, conducting awareness programs and empowerment sessions, contributing significantly to community well-being and academic research in psychology. Now I call upon ma'am to kindly take over today's session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ma. Good morning and happy Sunday to everyone. Before starting up the session, just let me ask you something. We all very well know that why do some employees feel motivated on Monday morning while others feel stressed before even entering into the office, right? And why do some teams perform exceptionally well while others struggle despite having even talented people in the team? The answer lies in one powerful field, which is nothing but organizational psychology. So, we should know about this organizational psychology because it's a scientific study of human behavior in the workplace. It actually helps us understand how employees think. I mean, it is we should know the difference between the normal psychologist and an organizational psychologist because we are working in an organization and we must understand how employees are thinking and how are they behaving and what actually motivates them inside the corporate. So we should know their mindset and we should learn their inputs. So for example, if I'm going to an organization as a psychologist, a person is sitting in front of me, I should find the strategic. I have to use some strategies to find the problem exactly what he is facing inside the organization. Whether he doesn't have the product knowledge, or is he suffering any traumas or past traumas, or presently is he not coordinating with the team, or is he not receiving the, he is unable to receive any information. What is actually stopping him, to produce more or for us well-being? We have to analyze each and everything. So as an organizational psychologist, we have to know exactly what an employee problem is, because end of the day we have to work towards the company and also for the person who is working there. Okay, just a simple one. I am an industrial psychologist. Okay, am I a trainer? A simple question. Yes, obviously, industrial psychologists are the trainers. We have to give group therapy also. We have to provide training to everybody, whomever is working in in the organization, right? So, trainer, they deliver the content. They deliver the content exactly to the person. So, what an industrial psychologist will do? They have to understand, assess, and they have to improve human behavior in the organization. So, for example, if you are conducting a group session, we will be calling it as a group session, right? In so many topics are there. An industrial psychologist must perform in an organization. For example, assertive training, emotional intelligence, anti-alcohol sessions, work-life balance, everything. So many topics we have. We are supposed to conduct in an organization. So when we are conducting these types of group session, we should assess each and every participant who is sitting in front of you. Okay, what the trainer will do usually? They are conducting soft skills, and so many sessions are they conducting, right? They are also conducting. So trainer will deliver the content, whatever the topics, they will deliver the content. But as an industrial psychologist, we should know exactly whether everybody understands the concept of the topic what you are conducting, right? That's very important. And we have to diagnose the workplace issue. For example, some people have the low morale and conflict might be there, and so many things may be stopping him to listen to you properly. So while doing that itself, you will be able to understand. So for example, we are all using so many psychological assessments for analyzing each and everybody's performance and their mindset, whatever. So when we are using such psychological assessments, we will be getting the scoring, and according to the scoring, we will be providing the sessions for them. The same way, without psychological assessment, you should have the capacity, you should use some strategies to analyze them. Okay, so how it happens? It is a challenge for an industrial psychologist, because it's really important, it is a challenge for an industrial psychologist when everybody is sitting in front of me as a group, like 50 members or 60 members in a group. You might be asking these some of the questions. As like trainers, the session should be so interactive, right? So we will be giving a lot of questions, and we make sure the session is so interactive, and whether they are receiving the informations what you are delivering. So all this assessment that is behind the screen will be happening inside in the group area, right? So this measurable behavioral change and impacts really helpful for an organization to improve their production end of the day, and improve one's personality end of the day. Okay, so this is the role of an industrial psychologist. They are the consultant, assessor, counselor, and also the trainer. Got it? I hope you all understand. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your response. And again, we should know the key differences between an industrial psychologist and a psychologist. Okay, got it? A normal psychologist, they will give the individual therapy. Even the industrial psychologists would also provide individual therapy for them. What a normal psychologist will do, they will take care of their mental health, their behavior, sorry, their emotions, traumas, disorders, everything. And the same way here, they should, in industrial psychologists, they should focus on workplace behavior. Importantly, very importantly, they have to take care workplace behavior. How are they behaving in the, that is why we have been appointed in an industry, right? So we need to know, we need to make sure he works very well without any hesitation. Why are they appointing an industrial psychologist in a company? Why are they appointing? Is there any specific reason? They can provide training, very well training, but they wanted to know, they wanted to ensure all their employees are okay, their mental health is okay. They, because some problems, they may not come out with the problems, and we have to find out those problems from an employee, because some of the employee, they are very stable, they don't even open their mouth for anything. They don't perform well, they don't eat properly, they will be always late, and those are those employees will be sent to the industrial psychologist, and we have to make sure what is wrong with him. Do you think it's an easy job? Do you think it's an easy job? One second. Do you think it's an easy job to analyze one who is sitting in front of you having multiple problems in his mind?
No, ma'am, not possible.
Yeah, not possible at all because he opened his mouth. Because for an individual counseling or for a clinical psychologist, maybe they'll come to a psychologist to reveal all their information. I mean, reveal all their problems to get the solution. But this fellow never ever come to the industrial. I mean, for the counselor room itself. We have to push. They have to push. ER team, HR team. They push him to our room. So it is really challenging for an industrial psychologist to make him understand what is wrong with him. So, because somebody may not know the reason why he is behaving in such a way. So, really, really, I'm telling you, it is highly challenging. But it happened only when you use some strategies to get the information from him. It is not an easy job, but we can do it. Through experience, you can learn all this. Okay. So they focus on productivity, leadership quality, HR system, everything. So this industrial psychologist really works in, I mean, they works in a companies, industries, corporates, and here, if you see a psychologist, they will be working in clinics, hospital, schools, private sectors, everywhere. So the goal of an industrial psychologist, performance, end of the day, the organizational performance, employee performance. So it is our responsibility to make him perform very well. If you sort out the issue, whatever there in his mind, it is easy for you to make him to produce well. Okay. So this employee efficiency and well-being plays a major role in a industry. They obviously, if you keep on giving them the one thing I would like to tell you here, if a mother says easily a child will do, am I right or not? If anybody says they won't do, that rapport you have to build with an employee. So whatever problem he is facing there, he should come and reveal it to you so that you should be in a position to sort out this issue. Okay. So they treat anxiety, depression, support emotional healing, and improve coping skills. All this will be done by the psychologist. Here, job satisfaction, they reduce workplace stress. It is not that if he is having anxiety or depression or emotional support are not addressed by the industrial psychologist, it should be addressed by an industrial psychologist. Okay. If he is having any disorders like bipolar or some other problem he is facing, it is our responsibility to guide him in a proper psychiatry. Okay. So it is not that, "Oh, I'm working in a company, I should not bother about anything, I should focus only on productivity." It's not the case. Got it? I hope you all understand. Can I get any response? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, then how we are applying this in industry, applications and industry. See, we have to focus so many areas. I'll tell you one by one. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, I'll tell you how we are applying this organizational psychology in a company. The talent management. See, they are recruiting one people. HR team will recruit somebody. Okay. They may ask you like what is the recruitment part? Like whether he's he capable for doing all this thing, or is he able to perform well, or if we give the training will he able to perform. So all these questions can be asked by the to the industrial psychologist by this HR team. So we have to participate in the recruitment also sometimes. Okay, we have some specified applications and we need to do that too. And retention strategies. If a person puts the way, he don't want to continue his job, he wanted to get away from there. The first person whom he will send is to the organizational psychologist. We will be sitting there, and he will be coming and he'll be assist in front of us so that we can question him like what is actually the reason for his decision of get away from the company. If he is giving, because it is our responsibility to retain an employee. Okay, so you have to use some strategies to retain him back for the company, because he may be the asset to an organization. So if he simply puts the paper, then it's a problem for a company. So we have to use some retention strategies to retain us in the company. Okay, and it is our responsibility to build a high performing teams. How it's possible to make a high performance team? Can anybody tell me? High performing teams, because HR, organizational heads, they may have certain expectations from an employee. Okay, from each team they may have a certain
Expectation.
expectations. It is not that you have some sort of training programs, and you can conduct those training programs only to the employees where you're working. So we have to create a tailored made program, because they might be having some expectations. They'll give you those topics, ma'am, conduct these topics. No, in this area we have lagging, and this protection department is not producing much. So we have all this, so we have to we have to design an effective training programs. Okay, it is our responsibility to tailor it. It's everything, it's a tailored made. Okay, and organizational change, because A is there everywhere, we all know that very well. And so many new technologies are coming, right? New technologies are coming, new missionaries have come, because one may used to do the monotonous work. He don't want to get away from that 8 hours job. He don't want to move his mind to some other. He don't have the capacity to move on to the adapt or to a new technology. He may be such a person. So we have to reconstruct new technology adaptation is very important. So it is your responsibility as an industrial psychologist. We have to give the training so that they should be in a position to adopt the new technology. So you have to keep on motivating. We are the motivators for the employees, frankly speaking. We are the motivators, and we should be good enough to come do the group therapies and all. So we have to make them to understand the new technology adaptation. It is not that you need not give any product knowledge, or how you have to do the work. You need not technically give any training to them, but you have to train their mind to understand what new technology is adapted for. Got it? Okay,
Yes,
next.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Skill-based
got
training.
it. Yeah, yes, exactly. And employee well-being, it is not that you have to work only for the company here. You have to work for an each and individual person, because not only in my room, in wherever you go, wherever corporates you're working in, wherever place you're working, your room may not have the CCTV camera, because whatever information they are giving is highly confidential, that we all know. Okay, so end of the day, when you are giving the individual training, whatever traumas is there, then it's your responsibility to wash away all this stress, all this problems. So it is not only that enhancing job satisfaction, motivation, work life balance. It is not only your responsibilities. It is your responsibility to take care each and every individual in your organization. Okay, you have to make sure if they are facing any relationship issue, or if they are I mean having any financial issues, and so many issues they might be having, right? You have to address everything. Okay, it is not that you're working for the company. I have to focus only on the company. It's not like that. It's not the case. And if anybody is suffering from any of the traumas, we have some helpline numbers also. We used to give them the women helpline, child helpline numbers, and so many private organizations are there to help employees who is having personal problems also. So we have to address everything. Okay, I hope you all understand. Shall we move on to the next slide? If you have
Yes,
any
ma'am.
doubts in this particular slide, you can ask me how you're applying it in your industries. Okay, thank you. And an important one, outbound training. Oh, how many of you are aware about this outbound training? Any idea? Any idea about this outbound training? Outbound training?
No,
See?
ma'am.
Yeah, I will tell you. It is our responsibility, I mean, organizational psychologist responsibility to give some entertainment also inside the company. Okay, see, I'm a founder of Felicity Mind Care. I'm not only working in one single company, I'm working for multiple corporates and multiple industries. So I'm conducting this outbound trainings in various corporates and industries. We 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 will be able to transform one's life within one day. Do you think it's possible? It's possible. It's possible. Okay, so you should give them then such an impactful training. Okay, that can be happened with this outbound training, because it usually happens not inside the campus. It will be happening in an outside ground or resort, some areas where you have a big ground like that, so team building activities and personal well-being, work-life balance can be taught by giving them an activity. Through activities, we made them to understand what the life is. Okay, we made them to understand why we need to suffer this much. No, so when you provide them the fun activity, because that's why I have written here in a quote, people don't change only by listening. Is it possible? With by listening only, will you able to change? No,
No, ma'am.
they
It's
change only.
learning by
Yeah,
doing, ma'am.
yeah, learning by doing. So we will be giving them the practical experience by they have to experience it. So team building by with a single cup, with a single thread, we'll give them the training of 5 people. Five may not be from the same group. You have to. You have to separate the group. If I ask you all to stand in one row, how you will stand? You will all stand with your friends, right? So we'll have to pick. Your friend should not be in your team. Okay, so this outbound training really very effective in organizations these days. So they are keep on giving even some sales training also. Through this outbound training we are giving. Okay, because it's not the way of treating them like kids or students by paper pen. No, they don't change. If we induce something in their mind, team plays a major role in one's life or organizational's life, yes, then they will understand. So by giving some fun activities, we made them to understand. We give them some topics. Most of the topics will be covered in one single day with this outbound training. Got it? So they learn by doing, feeling, reflecting. Okay, so structured activities and behavioral insights, the real transformation, work transformation will happen. Okay, it is not a fun event. As I told you, it is not a fun event. It is fun event for the employees who is participating actually, but it is a psychological intervention. Okay, the transform really one's life, like their thinking, behavior, and performance. Got it?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
shall we move on to the next slide? Okay. See, so as I told you, the role of psychology in an organization, yes, improves productivity, psychological insights that actually help align people with the right roles, motivate them towards higher performance. If a team leader is telling to his team to perform well, okay, Ma, you have to produce because this is the target for us. We have to reach this target. So 30 line you have to move. 31st, I mean, we out of all the teams, our team should perform very well. If a team leader is coming and telling to his team, one second, he is coming and telling to his team, will the team members listen to him? Do you think they will listen to him?
No, ma'am.
No, they won't. They'll feel irritated if a team leader comes or manager comes. Most of the organization, this is what happening, right? Do they listen to them? No, they don't want to listen to them. But if you provide this productivity training in a strategical way, how they should understand you are doing it for you here. You're not doing it for the organization. End of the day, all credits comes to you. You have to speak in such a way they should love to do the production. Okay, you should make them simply. I'm telling you guys have to make them love their job. You should make them love their job. Okay, next, obviously employee well-being. I told you that you have to support their mental health. It reduces the burnout and creates condition where people can thrive at work, and they should be happy even at home, at the organization. So you should ensure their happiness even in company and also in his personal life. Reduce stress and conflicts. Must some may have multiple loans. They will get one loan from one bank and another loan from another bank. So many things might have happened on them. Got it? So you should identify the root cause of his stress. What is the root cause of his workers' tensions? Because he may be good in the morning, but he may be bad afternoon after a phone call from a home. He may not be good. Okay. So teams will bring them to you. That then it's your responsibility to address his concern. Okay. And you have to give them the solution strategically. So it is our responsibility to reduce the stress and conflicts. So, end of the day, an organizational psychologist must build a healthy workplace culture. If you are able to build a healthy workplace culture, then you already succeeded. Okay, so it is our responsibility to build a healthy culture, because one I can say share I just wanted to share my own experience. A person, he is really an irritating fellow to everyone, but he is such a lovable person. So when you make him to speak about his life, you will be getting lot of informations. So when you start sorting out all his problem one by one, he should be the wonderful performer. Okay, he's என்னமோ சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, நட உட பாவனை எல்லாமே மாத்த முடியும். Okay, an organizational psychologist can completely transform a person and make him to perform very well, because if you start motivating, if you give the wonderful motivation for them, end of the day, when company will get benefited and employee will get benefited. Shapes values, his behavior. Some may be highly attitudinal, but his performance might be wonderful performer. He might be a wonderful performer, but a very bad attitude person. So why he's behaving in such a way? So you can give them the behavioral training. So through training you can change. It's because he's an asset to the company end of the day. Got it? So it is really helpful for a long-term success. Okay, shall we move on to the next slide? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, got it. So some of the benefits of organizational psychology I wanted to tell you here is it's an interest for the company, employees jointly and beneficially. And yes, obviously for the company, if they need a healthy environment, employee commitment increases productivity, obviously hiring process, everything will be taken care by the industrial psychologist, so obviously the company will get benefited. Okay, for the employees, as I told you, the task performed by the organizational, it solves the problems more efficiently, because after finding out the root cause and after giving the proper solution to their problems, you will be able to perform very well. Okay, so it is for the employees, he will be happy, and for the companies, the company will be very happy. Generally, where this organizational psychologist work, you know, because these days organizational psychology plays a major role even for our country. So, because each and every company is looking for organizational psychologists these days. I wonder, I mean, a performing organizational psychologist. It is not that simply, yeah, you have done, go, next person come. It's not the way. We should strategically find the methods and strategically find the ways to enhance the company's improvement. So they will be working in HR department. It's embedded with the human resources, hiring, appraisal, employee relation strategies. Everything will be taken care. So HR department, they will be working, and training and development department. So freelancers are conducting trainings, and some of the training institutions, they are hiring people from training. So you can work there also. Okay, so learning programs, leadership programs, there we can work. I mean, organizational psychologist and employee wellness programs. Because I'm also an industrial psychologist, social activist. You might have seen, because I'm conducting women empowerment sessions in rural areas. You know, because I'm thinking like in my company they are getting benefited, but where these people will go? So I'm conducting in rural areas women empowerment sessions. I'm giving them the helpline numbers, and I'm grabbing some job opportunity for them, because it is also important. We have some social responsibility, I would say. So the employee wellness programs, organizational development is healthy for healthy performing culture. Okay, and consultancy and corporate films, we will be working. Independent consultant also you can work with, or you can work within a corporation firms to solve complex problems, also complex people and problems. So organizational psychologist role really plays an important role, okay, in overall improvement of a company. Now you understand? Okay. Salary and career opportunities, just um I'm writing this salary career opportunity. I'm not sure about this, but in general, no, it is not a statistical data or something like that. In general, for your entry level, you may get 20,000 to 40,000. You can see this. This is, I'm not sure about this, package and all, but I would like to tell you one thing, one suggestion here. Don't look at the salary in the initial stage, because so many students are there. So don't look at the salary, how much you're getting. That's not important. You are supposed to gain experience. So try to enroll, I mean, try to go by your side and try to do group programs, because individual therapy every psychologist can do, but this organizational psychologist must do the group therapy. Okay, more than, because all employee meetings, if you see, more than 1,000 or 2,000 people would be assembled. So they will keep on shouting. I mean, they may not sit, because you have to get their complete attention by your speech, by your motivational speech. So you should conduct, you should be in a position to conduct group therapies. So gain experience. That is what my suggestion is to you all. Okay. So don't look at the salary in the initial stage. Just get into or enroll yourself and try to do this types of programs, which is actually very much helpful for you all. Okay. And for mid-level this is, and for senior level more than 1 lakh you will be getting. So after very good experience you will be able to get more salary. Okay, don't look at the salary, just satisfaction. If you make them have, you should, if you make an employee to fully satisfy about his job, then you can satisfy. Okay, so our job satisfaction lies on employees' job satisfaction here. Okay. Shall we move on to the next slide? Yes. And how to become an organizational psychologist? After completing your psychology degree, one sec. Somebody unable to close it? Why is it so? Sorry, once again. Yeah. Can you see my screen, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. So after completing your psychology degree, you can do BBA in HR specialization. Okay, MBA or BBA. You can do like that. One second. Yeah, after completing your psychology degree, you can do a BBA, or after completing master, because it's the beginning level. So, but that's not enough to become an organizational psychologist. These days, they're looking for the MSc, PG degree. So after your UG, you can have your PG, and and then you can, if you complete MBA or BBA, so that this HR specialization or organizational psychology in particular thing, then you can get you can easily get job opportunities in an organization as an organizational psychologist. Or if you have completed so many courses also there, so PG diploma or with practical and industrial focus. That is what I said. If you get a job or opportunity in an organization, as even in HR team, try to get yourself placed. So after that you can learn everything. So it's everything very easy one. Then if you are taking a specialization in PhD, PhD in it, because I'm doing PhD in the assertive training the same way. So if you do that, that is also possible. One second. Okay. So organizational, in this study, organizational psychology, what you will study? Organizational behavior, HR psychology, leadership and motivation, psychometrics and assessments, training programs, training and development programs, and a typical subject if you take, workplace stress and well-being, labor loss. So all this will be the content in organizational psychology. So even if you have time, if you want to become an organizational psychologist, you can get these topics and enhance yourself. Because emotional intelligence training is very important in an organizational psychology. So empathy, that work life balance, assertive training. Oh, assertive training, you all know, no? One be able to stand for their own or others people's right without being either aggressive or passively accepting it is wrong. So such a training, assertive training, can be given only by a psychologist like us. Okay. So those trainings, those topics, you should be, pakka. Okay. So try to learn all these topics. And if you want to become an organizational psychologist, you have to complete all these degrees. And it's a mix of psychology, HR, and business. Okay, so all these three, it's a mix of all these three. So this is not enough. I'm again telling you, when studies alone will not help you out to become an organizational psychologist. You should develop your communication, your observation skills, analytical thinking, everything. It is just beyond a degree. Okay, so it is beyond something, because you are in a position to get information from a person who is not at all ready to reveal anything. So it is highly challenging. Again, I'm telling you. So through experience, you can become an organizational psychologist. Okay. Yeah. That is what a small changes in the mindset will give you a powerful transformation in each and everyone's mind. So, yeah, if you have any doubts, kindly let me know.
Ma'am, there's a question in the chat box. Would you like me to read it or would you like me to ask them to come and read it on there?
Yeah, one second.